What's good YouTube, Target here and welcome to another episode of City of Gardens scenario. On the last episode we have built the airport that you can see has a lot of movement right now, and that kinda messed up our existing public transport lines, and I think today we can finally fix it. So without further ado, let's start building. Okay, so with the addition of the monorail, I think we can now start making some bus routes that connect directly to these stations. I think that will work out much more efficiently. So that's something that we can start doing right away. First and foremost, I think I want to make this stop. Let me just select it and place it as close as possible to the monorail station. Okay, so we can start by making small adjustments like this. I should also start making a bus line that takes people from this neighborhood, these offices, to this metro station. So let's just do that. I think I'm gonna grab people from about over here and from over here as well and bring them to this location. That's pretty good. Maybe another stop over here, another over here, another here, and another one over here, and another one over here finally. And now let's just wrap everything up with another line that goes clockwise, and there we go. That should be more than enough for this area and make these buildings develop. Now let's move on to the other monorail station. Maybe I could grab this line and place it a bit closer to this monorail station. There we go. This line is even very big. I think it will be very efficient in bringing people and take them to this particular stop. Moving on to this monorail station, maybe I can put the bus stop over here instead. Let's just do that. Okay, perfect. And moving on to this part of the city, we already have a yellow line that connects the farming districts to our main part of the city. That's pretty good. And going back to this area, we should work on this a little bit. So first and foremost, I think I'm gonna place some tourist attractions near this place to encourage people to use this station more. And of the things that I can do, first and foremost, is get rid of this residential over here. So let's just take care of that, because these people are sick. Because they are very close to something that is very noisy, and we cannot have that. Alright, so now let's just find some things to place over here. And this is the time to come to our unique buildings tab over here and select a couple of buildings that can be placed around this location to encourage tourists using them. Because if you come to our budget panel, you will see that a lot of tourists are using public transportation, but very little of them are actually using our commercial zones. And that is because all of this is actually organic and local produce, which is not very good in bringing tourists to the city. So if I come into the tourist tab, where is it? Oh, it's here on the external connections, and I go to tourism. You will see that most of them are just going to the places that are dedicated for tourists. So none of them are going to our commercial zones at all. So yeah. Maybe we can change that by placing some of these unique buildings right next to the monorail stations. And I think I'm gonna place, let's see, what can we do here? Alright, so I found this thing over here, the Friendly Neighborhood Park, which is actually a perfect fit for this location over here. So I think, oh, and by the way, it has a visitor capacity of 150, which is pretty good. So let's just go ahead and place it in here, because it fits pretty good, and look how well it connects with the pathways. That is astonishing. Hopefully people will now use this monorail station a bit more to come to this thing. And we should also place some other things. Now there is something that caught my eye, which is this CN Skyscraper. It has a visitor capacity of 300 people, which is a lot, and it also has a upkeep very low. It's 320, that's almost nothing. So I think I'm gonna place this thing. It actually fits quite perfectly over here. So I think I'm gonna place it well, but I kind of like it how it it's here. So I think I'm gonna place it here for now and see if people actually visit it. I'm really curious to see that. And finally, I've also found this thing, the Posh Mall, with an upkeep of 960. It has a visitor capacity of 300, and I think it will look very good right about over here. So I think I'm gonna make a road connection, maybe at about, let's see, maybe we can make a road at about here. Okay, that's pretty good. We can even wrap it around the new office building. Let's just delete this road for the time being, and let's build the thing. Let's see. I don't think this is pretty central, but it should get the job done. Oh, actually, like this, I cannot connect the road back again, so I need to find another solution for this. Alright, and I think that will be it. And maybe I'll just provide a road network right in the middle. And that should be more than enough to encourage tourists to visit this area. For now, I'm just gonna draw a pathway connection over here and also over here to allow for people to cross between districts or within blocks. And I think I'm also gonna make a pedestrian pathway over here and another one probably over here. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's just zone the remaining blocks with some commercial. Let me just check if the district is okay. Yes, it is. Let's just zone all of this with some commercial like this, and this thing as well, and also this thing. Perhaps I should even modify this road into something prettier, because, well, this is a posh mall after all. And I think I'm gonna do the same to the park and to these parks over here as well. Okay, now I would just have to let the game run for a while and see if tourists will actually use this monorail system a bit more. Let's move on to other parts of the city. Another area that I want to work on is actually this one, next to the Mall of Moderation that we have over here. We also have a monorail station, and we have this block of empty land over here that we can place something on. So let's just try and place something. Maybe I will want to continue this road all the way over here, and I think I'm gonna place the Opera House right about at this corner. Let's just see how well does it look. Well, I think it looks pretty awesome. I think we're gonna keep it. And in this tile over here, I think I'm even going to place something else, which is the Grand Mall. So yeah, let's just place it. Let's see how well it looks. And oh, I think it fits perfectly actually. What do you guys think? I like it. Maybe we can extend the roads a little bit. Maybe if we come over here. I was thinking maybe we could place the roads to go around the buildings, but I don't want to do very intense terraforming on this location, so I think we're gonna keep it just the way it is. What we can do, however, is make some pedestrian pathways, so that I can do for sure. Let me just extend this area just a little bit to about over here. It's pretty okay, good. Just a bit more, and let's just adjust the terrain. I think that's enough for a pathway to go alongside it. And let's just do the same over here, if I can do it. Okay, that's pretty good. And now let's just adjust the terrain. And that should be more than enough. Now let's just try it out. I want a pathway to come from here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a lot of noise outside my window. Hopefully that will not get picked up in the recording. But anyway, we were doing this, and there we go, pedestrian pathway. Now we can make another one that comes through about over here. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Now let's just convert this to a normal road, and that will be it. And I even have this little block of land that I am really curious if I can place something in there. Maybe we can find a very small building that we can place on that location. So let me just check it out. Not this one, definitely not this one. And oh, look at that. Okay, I think that will be it. Let's just do it. Perfect. Now let's just adjust the terrain a little bit. Make this a bit straighter. A bit more like this. And now we can adjust it just a little bit. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let me just extend the road a bit further to about over here. Okay, and now we need to provide some pipes. And I think that will be it. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, and finally I will want to work on this area as well. Here we have... Oh, and by the way, before I even build anything, look, we're having another death wave, which is starting to be pretty common around my Let's Play series. But anyway, I have this manually terraform landscape over here, which a lot of people have suggested to turn into a park. But because I now have a monorail station over here and I'm under the process of placing points of interest near these locations, I think I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do something different, which is place some buildings on this side of the avenue. And for that I'm just gonna grab the landscaping tool, and I'm just gonna start landscaping these things, and I'm gonna make a relatively big area. Okay, there we go. Wasting a lot of money. Oh, and now I have too much soil. Let's just dump it back again over here somewhere. And let's see, what is it that we can build over here? Well, as you can see, this is a massive office area. So one of the things that we can do is place this thing, the High Interest Tower. So I think it will look amazing over here, right in the corner of the town and elevating above anything else. Do I want to place it over here, or do I want to place it facing the other way around? Maybe if I draw a road from here to here, I can place it like this. And will this look better than the other way around? That's an interesting question. Yeah, I think I'm gonna place it perpendicular to the layout because I want to place another building on this side of the road. So without further ado, let me just place this thing. Okay, very imposing, very big. And now let's just terraform this thing to make it fit a bit better. Maybe I can expand this terraformed landscape to around over here and spend all of that soil that I have accumulated. It's good. Now let's just bring the terrain all the way over here. Okay, let's try and make it as smooth as possible. Alright, perfect, at least for the time being. And now I will want to place my second building over here, which will be, let me see, something that is also very fitting regarding offices. I'll let you guys guess what it is. Well, no, never mind, I'm just gonna place it right away. It's gonna be this thing, the transport tower. And I'm gonna place it right about over here. Okay. Now we have two big buildings right next to each other. And whoa, 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 what's going on? Okay, wait a second. Let me just pause the simulation. What the hell is going on? Oh, okay, you're catching fire. And hopefully this truck will be able to put it out. And the power should be back again. Okay, fire is out. And there we go. Okay, perfect. If only that would fix the death wave as well. Alright, now that we have these buildings in place, we can start providing with some water. Let's just do that. And maybe I want to continue this road all the way over here. And we need to adjust the terrain as well, so I think I can unleash some of the terrain to about this area. And over here as well, let's just make everything blend. And another layer over here. And finally another one over here. Okay. Pretty good. Now we can just smooth everything up a little bit. There we go. And just keep up with the terraforming. Okay, I think that's good. Maybe we can make a pathway that goes around the buildings, just like I've built on the other side. Okay, so let's just try it out. Maybe I can come through about over here. And through about over here as well. Connect this over there. Maybe I can even make this a bit more organic. So let's just try it out. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now let's just adjust the terrain yet again. So that all of this can be on the ground floor. Alright, that's pretty good. And later on, we will decorate this thing with trees, of course. Alright guys, but that's gonna be it for placing interest points around our monorail stations. I think we covered the entire city. As you can see, we have quite a gigantic death wave going on at the moment. We have lost about 15,000 people. So I think I'm gonna put the game on 3 speed and let the death wave go away so that we can start recovering our money. But before I do that, I just want to check out if placing these interest points had an effect in our tourism. So I'm gonna go to our airport and see if our monorail connection is now a bit more populated. And oh, we definitely see a lot more people using it. We didn't add quite this many people on the last episode. Yeah, look at that. It seems that a lot of people are using the monorail better than before. So yeah, I think this was quite effective. But for now, I am gonna let the game run and let this death wave go away, because we are losing quite a huge amount of money. So I'll meet you guys in a couple minutes. Alright guys, I have let the game run for quite a big while, and everything seems to be quite stable right now. We are recovering from the death wave, our population is going up back again. It got to a point where it was at about 45,000, which is quite a big of a letdown. I was even losing about 25k each week. As you can see, my budget decreased quite a bit, but I think everything is okay now. We're still making a negative income, but I believe that will be fixed in the future as our city grows. Okay, before I wrap up this episode, there's quite a bit of things that I would like to point out. First off, I have made an additional monorail station and also metro station to allow for these two services to commute between each other. As you can see, it's working quite well. The reason I've done this is because the only connection between monorail and metro was at the airport, which is very far away, so I've decided to make the same thing on the other end. And people seem to be using it quite a lot. Maybe we can catch a flux of people. There we go. Quite a lot of people using it. And yeah, I think it worked out pretty well. Also, there's something else that I would like to make, or build in this case, before I end up this episode. So now that we have built all of these commercial points or these tourist attractions, our airport is having quite a hard time bringing all those tourists. So every single plane that is coming in is coming full of people. Well, this one not exactly, but most of them are coming with 200 passengers. So I think we could provide another way for tourists to get into the town. So we already have a airport, we already have a regional train station. I think we are missing a harbor. And if I come at around this location, we can see that we have a available cargo line, or an available ship line. that connects very fitly at around this location. So given the fact that this is a commercial area and it is very close to the stadium, I think this is actually the perfect location for the arbor. So that's something that I'm gonna do right now. I know I'm losing quite a bit of money, and I'm gonna put something that is even gonna cost us a lot more money, but hopefully with time, hopefully the money that tourists will spend on this city will compensate for the costs of the arbor. And I'm also going to expand a lot more residential and office and commercial, so yeah, that's something to look forward to. I think I can make a road at about over here and place the arbor. Let's see if I connect this very neatly. And there we go. Perfect. So now we just need to connect this to our main avenue. Maybe I can do this without any problem. Let's just grab the curved road tool. There we go. And now we should make another connection at about, let's see. Let's just keep moving this forward. Maybe we can even make a ramp that connects here. Okay, pretty good. Now hopefully we can connect this without any issues. Like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's just modify the existing bus lines so that we now cover that portion of the harbor as well. We need to make a direct connection between the harbor and also the metro. So let's just do that. Let's make it come at about over here and connect it back. Okay, pretty straightforward line. And I think that will be okay. Oh, and there's our first inbound ships. Let me just see, this one brings 100 passengers, this one brings 82, and this one brings 100 as well. And the outbound is taking 18 out of the city. Alright, pretty good. Let's see how this connection handles passengers. Oh, and there we go. Most of them are taking the buses, as expected. I get a feeling I'll probably even need a bus stop or another bus line, or maybe I can just increase the capacity of this bus line. Let me just check it out. Maybe I can make it have 10 vehicles. That should fix the issue. I'm also going to take advantage of this opportunity to finish the zoning of this layout so that on this episode we can focus solely on this area. So I think I'm gonna wrap up the zoning of office over here and also the zoning of commercial. So let's just zone it. Okay, and while these things develop, I want to talk a bit about the future of this series. So if everything goes according to plan, this will be episode 38. On episode 39 I plan on beating the scenario. So on the next episode I think we'll zone the additional 1000 tiles of organic and local produce. As you can see, this is increasing due to the amount of commercial that I have just built, even though I don't think we'll reach 15,000, so we'll get there on the next episode. And finally, the episode after that, episode number 40, will be the episode where I will wrap up this series and build everything that I pretty much have forgotten to build up at this point. That will include fixing traffic problems, if there are any, adjusting the public transit lines, and all the inefficiencies that are currently going on, if there are any, again, and finally fixing the budget. It seems that we have quite an unbalanced budget, bouncing between negative and positive. That is also something that I can fix in episode number 40. Which means that episode number 40 will pretty much be the end of this series. Regardless of that, I plan on having 2 additional videos after episode 40 regarding the series. One of them will be a city tour with commentary, so I will pretty much just go around the city and I will talk about the things that I've built, and I won't build anything in that episode, I will simply talk about the city. That is also the episode where I will put the city available for download on the Steam Workshop. I know that a lot of you have been asking for that, so I'm gonna deliver that to you. And finally, the last video of the series will be a cinematic showcase of our city. So I will pretty much put a background music in the background, of course, and I will install the cinematic camera mod, and I will take some shots of the city, and I will make a cinematic video showing the best parts of the city. It will be a relatively short video, not more than 5 minutes, but regardless, it will be pretty much the final video of this series. So I don't know when I will upload those videos. I don't know how much time I will need to take to produce them, but it will be probably around 1 week after episode 40 comes around. Now, regardless of what I'm gonna do after this series, a lot of people have been asking me to do another Let's Play, and quite frankly I still haven't decided on that, but I will let you guys know on episode number 40. That's when I will decide what I'm gonna do after the end of this series. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please consider giving it a like, it really helps out my channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow up the final development of this city. And finally, if you want to connect with me on social media, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching guys, and as always, have fun.